Hello and welcome to Opeheke Sports Park in Papakura in Auckland for the first televised rugby league action in New Zealand in 2021. And what better way to launch a brand new year than with a brand new competition, the NZRL National Under-20s competition. It's a 16 comp with 2 teams from Auckland, 3 others from the North Island and 1 South Island team. It's good afternoon, everybody. Glenn Lam's my name. And alongside me, rugby league royalty, Monty Beetham and Adam Blair for the first time. Great to have you in the commentary box, Adam. You're looking forward to the game?
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Yeah, really excited to be on the other side now, get to watch some rugby league here in New Zealand, like you said. So it's an exciting time, not for us, not only us, but the teams out on the field as well.
100%. They'll be keen as mustard, Monty Beetham, won't they?
If I go back over half my life, only just over half my life, to when I was this age, I was flying and I was going to Australia, playing back and forth in a similar competition. But this is domestic, but it is on TV here on Sky Sport. So these young guys will be excited because all their friends, all their family, they'll be watching, Glenn.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic competition to see some hot new young talent. So coming up, the first game, Auckland Blue against Central Districts. We got Waikoa Bay, which is the team kind of the upper, we're talking Waikato, Bay of Plenty, coastal areas in the upper North Island. They're playing the second Auckland team, Auckland White, at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That follows this match. And then, of course, the third game is tomorrow. The South Island play Northland from Mapuniwai. So looking forward to that game at 12 o'clock tomorrow. We're pleased to report that all the games are live on Sky Sport. So let's get into this first game here. And here is the Central Districts team. Much is going to rely on number 7, Brooklyn Herewini from Whanganui. He's a live wire half, spent last year in the North Queensland Cowboys system. 2 other players in that have experience in Australia, hooker White So'otanga and prop Hiraka Wanakori. They're both back playing in Wellington now. 11 of these players are from Wellington in total and 3 from Whanganui. Let's hear from their coach now, Daniel McEwen.
Daniel, when I hear Central Districts, I think cricket. So where do you span across it for rugby league?
So our team comprises of players from Wellington up to Hawke's Bay, which logistically gives us a few challenges, especially when it has training and those types of things. But we've managed it as best as we can. So it's been difficult, but at the same time, it's been a good experience for us and the boys.
How difficult it's going to be to get the win against Auckland Blue today?
Oh, no, I think we're coming up against a pretty experienced unit of boys, but I think if we can just maybe do the simple things, apply a little bit of pressure, hold the ball that we need to, and give ourselves an even set of possession, we'll do all right and we'll give ourselves a chance.
I think you do more than all right. Logistically, how hard has it been? We know that, but in terms of players to watch for today?
We've got an exciting couple of wingers, Bosse and Herman. Pretty good. But look, I think if we're going to do anything today, it's going to be as a team. So we're going to need all 17 of the boys to put an effort in.
Have fun, man.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Yes, Daniel McEwen there, the Central Districts coach. Let's have a look at the Auckland Blue team. Now, 5 players in this squad here have experience in age group teams at the Warriors. They are number 1, Ali Lauatawa. The other 4 are all in the forward pack, including the prop, Fao Tongia, and the other prop as well, Kalas Tarafiti. And back rowers, keep your eye on them. Zion Maiu, the co-captain, and the other player with the Warriors experience is Salesi Ata. The coach is Alan Ettles.
Alan, beautiful day to play the great game of rugby league and live on Sky Sport. How are the young men feeling?
I think everyone's pretty excited. It's been a long 4 weeks. For some, it's probably been a long time since footy. Obviously, COVID last year and things that happened with that. But everyone's pretty keen to put in. So some pretty excited boys out there to play today.
Well, how excited is the coach? What's your expectations for today's game?
Oh, mate, we're here to win. I think, we come down here, we've worked hard the last 4 weeks. I think expectations are that we go out there, we play hard and play fast and get the result at the end of the day.
Lastly, can you give some insight to the co-captaincy? 2 guys in the forwards?
Yeah, mate, a couple of experienced guys in Zion Maiu. He's obviously in the Warrior system, and then Fiel Tongi, he's played Fox Memorial, Premier level in Auckland for Mangere East. He's been also in some good systems as well. 2 senior players in our group, different styles, different personalities, but at the end of the day, it works for us. So, yeah, a bit of leadership out there.
Enjoy the occasion.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yes, Alan Ettles. Yes, Fao Tongia. 3 games to Counties Manukau Stingrays in the National Premiership last year. So he's already mixed it with the big boys when it comes to playing rugby league in New Zealand. Referee for this clash today, Joseph Green. It's going to be Auckland Blue in the dark blue and Central Districts in the green. Central Districts coming into this game, as Daniel McEwen touched on, Monty, they've only logistically challenging for teams to get together from a wide geographical area as the CD has, but at least he did tell me they've been getting together once a week, and they've been holding satellite trainings elsewhere through the week. So at least it's coming together, sort of.
Well, rugby league's a tough game, and you've got to play that on the field and train on the field with your peers, but logistically it's been a little bit harder, but you can't play that online. But when I look at this Auckland team in the uniform, something about that white V that I like, and I know you, Blair, won't be that big on the white V because you're a Northland man yourself. How's that team going to be going this year?
Yeah, I think I'm really excited for the Northland team. You know, I guess being a Northland boy, to be able to watch them live and throughout the country of New Zealand would be nice. So I can't wait to, you know, commentate some of their games and then watch them over the tournament as it goes on.
Yeah, we're looking forward to those games. We'll get a glimpse of Northland tomorrow when they play the South Island. So the great news, as I touched on, we'll be having live coverage of all of these matches over the next 5 weeks, including the final coming up in early April. And if you're watching from Australia, good afternoon as well. I know these games have been taken live across the Tasman as well, so a chance to have a look at some fresh young talent, or some more young talent from New Zealand. We know a truckload of players are already at this age group, already in Australia. And there may be 2 or 3 others, maybe even more here that might get snapped up by NRL clubs. So conditions great here at Opeheki Sports Park. It's going to be Auckland Blue to kick off. Joseph Green, the referee, and we're underway here. Thankfully, we had a big breeze coming into the game early, and it's all settled down now. And straight away, Tongia in there making a tackle for Auckland Blue. Number 17, he is a huge man, back rower for Counties Manukau last year. There he is making 2 tackles already. Hitting the ball up there for CD is Ebenezer Rota. So 2 good carries from Central Districts to start. Nice little inside ball, but well read by the Auckland Blue defence. So Central Districts on their own 30 at the moment. And now here's the other front rower, Hennessy from Manawatu. Vipers age group player. Not a bad set to start the game for CD. And it's a good kick going downfield from Andre Kingy. And he's found the turf too. A little bit of an awkward bounce there for Leotawa, who played in the under-18 schools team last year, and he's going to open this up, it's been intercepted. Nice play there from Tui Leepa, who has intercepted the ball, and here's a chance for Central Districts. And look at the size of that winger, Adam Blair. My goodness, he's bigger than you.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to be tackling him, but I've tackled some big boys, but these kids, well, they're under 20s, and they're bigger than myself, like you said, Glenn.
Well, great start here for CD, and there is a penalty right in front of the post too. Good start for Central Districts, Monty.
Well, we've heard about logistically how hard it's been, but the fact that they've got away to a good start with the ball in hand, marched up the field almost 100 metres, that is going to help them in terms of their confidence, Glenn.
So they take the tap and straight into the action again as Rota, Wellington player, Orca's age group player, and now it comes out of the back line. This is Heroini. Touched on this. He's got a good step on him. We saw a glimpse of it there from Whanganui originally. Just 5 metres out from the line. Away goes Sawatanga from dummy half, and there's a try. And straight away, it's excellent work from Central Districts. And the try scorer, I think, is number 8, Memphis Hennessy. And what a wonderful start for Central Districts.
Oh, brilliant. As we mentioned, they went the whole way, the full length of the field. It's Hennessy who got the try in the end, but I tell you what, it's the quick play of the ball and the attitude to get up and fight and play it at speed, which was the momentum that carried him across the line. As we have a look here, so we talk about it's a face ball there. He got across the line, big man, hard to stop there, Blairy.
That's a tough play to defend. You've got two big middle players running inside, outside, the back rower, especially one-on-one with a halfback, and he's gone straight over there and scored that try.
Memphis Hennessy from Manawatu, the only Manawatu player. There are a couple of the Manukura, ex-Manukura school players in this Central District side. But they were originally from Whanganui as well, and a nice, handy position to convert the try as well. What a start for Central Districts.
They've been watching Blairy and the boys too. Look, Central Districts back there in their huddle, having their breaths together, having their words. It's something that the Warriors have applied over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, it's just a great thing just to reset and think about what our next jobs are, and you know that's what they've gone and done there. So it'll be a nice, great start for them, and they'll get a nice kick-off here and go down there and try and do the same thing.
So Central Districts, just remind you this is a team from Wellington, from Hawke's Bay, and then across to Taranaki. There is one Taranaki player in this side today. It's Tyson Blackburn Kingy, who's wearing 3. 1 or 2 in Whanganui as well. Excellent start for CD. And straight back into the action again come Central Districts, Malakai Tia. A few rugby union players as well, dabbling in league here as well in this Central District side as Ruta, who's been active early in this match. A good solid hit up. Or was that a slight fumble at dummy half? It was. White So'otanga. The error comes.
Well, you mentioned Wanakore and had a bit of time playing over there in Australia, and you've seen it in his nice little touches, running a couple of twos, running a bit of subtle plays, a bit of variety around the ruck, which makes a huge difference if you're a defender trying to get up on that, Larry.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, is you want to keep your options open and play a little bit wider off the ruck. As you can see, when I was watching the defence of the Auckland team, they're a lot tighter, so if they can just get a little bit of a spread on out to the left there, they might sneak him on the edges.
So Auckland Blue in good field position here. It's going to be Lyman with the scrum feed. Off the back of the scrum goes the pass from Yongi. And straight away some good gas coming through here from Tiu. He's lost the ball though. And Central Districts almost monopolised possession in these first 4 minutes. And they're back in possession again. A couple of things too to just remind you of as CD continue with this set. 35-minute halves in this competition rather than 40-minute halves. And if you're wondering what's the difference between Auckland Blue and Auckland White, well, they've tried to match the teams up pretty evenly. There's a good solid contact. Tongia going in there with a big shot there on Wanakore. He's a big strong lad, Wanakore. Brushed that off easily. Good kick there from Herowini. Again, it finds the turf. Awkwardly bouncing ball. La'atawa, who threatened for with his first carry from fullback. The set beginning. 25 out from their own line.
It's been nice, La'atawa, bringing the ball back with a lot of purpose. But you mentioned Wanakore has been outstanding.
Here come Auckland Blue again. And this is Naitoko, who's got plenty of pace. There's the other winger, Tiu. And that's good run from him again. This time he has held the ball. So Auckland Blue get the penalty. So Auckland Blue will get possession inside CD's half here. So yes, Auckland Blue, Auckland White. Auckland White coming up later this afternoon in their game against Waikoa Bay from Rotorua. So when the Auckland Rugby League Monty were trying to pick these two teams, one you might thought they might have been based on counties or akarana, but they decided this time to try and split the talent this time.
It's the old your turn, my turn, isn't it?
That's pretty much what it was between the two coaches. So we'll see which Auckland team emerges as the best. As Hansen starts the set. 25 metres out. Waiting at dummy half is Yongi. And now here comes Ata. Oh, good tackle from CD, but I tell you what, Ata, that was a strong carry from him. Salesi Ata. Yongi at dummy half again. Here comes Tarafiti, good footwork to the line. Central District's defence is going to be well and truly tested, it seems, in this set. As Yongi goes from dummy half, and there is the equalising try from Stanley Yongi. New Zealand under-18 player of the year a couple of years ago, and he gets Auckland Blue on the board.
Well, that's how you answer back, Auckland team. Let one early, the first set for Central Districts, but when they had the chance with the ball in hand, very strong runners, very direct and going through. Would like them to play the ball a little bit faster, but Tarafiti, look at the numbers he took into there. Play the ball could have been a bit quicker, but Yongi could see in front there. Between A and B, they were split, not even two markers there, Blurry. You'd take that opportunity each time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things they would have been practicing all week at training or throughout the weeks leading into these games is making sure you look after the number 9. And first and foremost, your job is to look after the number 9 and worry about what's happening on the outside. And they just clocked off on the assignment there. So
nice handy conversion attempt here, and it is gold as well. So Auckland Blue level it up with the kick going over from Caleb Lyman, the Marist player. 6-all. But it's been a good, enthusiastic start from both teams, hasn't it, Adam?
Yeah, I'm liking it. I think, you know, when we've seen the Auckland team hold on to a bit of possession and their backs are doing some good carries out of the backfield, they earned a penalty and they've got down there and they look like a hard team to stop down on the try line and they come out for a reward there. But both ways, it's going both ways. If we can hold the ball and complete their sets, they'll get those opportunities near the goal line.
Hopefully, as Daniel McEwen, the coach of Central Districts, mentioned in their pre-match interview, we can get to see these wingers that CD have got here, Shumanu Whangai and Tui Laepa, in space. They are massive units. Fingers crossed we get to see them really firing up at some stage during this game.
You mentioned Tuiliepa. He's very much like Ken Mamalu, and I'm not lying. If you're here from a distance and you have a look at him, he's a strapping lad, very powerful.
Well, hopefully he gets hands on the ball, and Seti's defence is being tested here. Ata. He's showing out, and look, that's his second carry. He is a handful. That's Tongia, in fact. Tongia, what a handful he is.
Yeah, I guess when you got front rowers that can carry 3 or 4 people and then get down and play the ball quick and earn a penalty, that's what you want from your middles.
But what is different on that one too, Blair, is what they can do with the ball, but the engine that these young men have these days, unheard of.
Oh, not for me, I'm terrible.
Are we all getting tired just watching? Maiu with the tap. Oh, that's Ata, in fact. Oh, it is Maiu. What a unit he is as well. He is locked up by the Warriors, though, so all these scouts watching in Australia.
Hands off.
Hands off him. And there's Tongia getting a bit fired up with Wanakore. And that was a good effort. Wanakore looks an interesting prospect, too, the number 10 for Central Districts, Monty.
Oh, I'll tell you what, when you look in the prop stocks here in this match already, Wanakore, you've seen Tongia, what they give you in terms of big physicality, in terms of smarts and subtleties. It's beautiful to watch. And you know, with someone like Blairy being before them and Wiki and that, I guess you've had some great role models. But, geez, it's been good on show so far.
It really has. And too wide of the scrum go Central Districts. Wanakore, number 10 for Central Districts. Back from the Western Mustangs from Toowoomba. Good carry coming, good pace from dummy half there. Excellent run, and now Central Districts on the front foot for So'otanga. Now Carlos Kemp, the only Hawke's Bay player playing in this game today for Central Districts. So some good metres being made here, and simple stuff coming from Central Districts. This is Cale Terry, the captain, number 11. But he's held up nicely in the tackle. That will ensure a slow play the ball and give Auckland Blue plenty of time to get their defensive line set. Now Herewini kicks this time. Nice little grubber. His kicking game's been solid so far. Look out though. There is space here for Naitoko. We're being told he is raw and hugely promising. And he's lost it though. Central Districts getting fired up. Right in front of us here. That was great stuff, Tuiliepa.
What about the pickup? Unfortunately, I only got him in the end in terms of losing possession. But yeah, if you have a look at this, look, he comes through, he sweeps through the defenders. You've been talking about wingers from Central District and what they can do with the ball in hand. But this man is exceptional. Naitoko, that's the name he spoke about previously. Boys, hot day. Now they're going to a bit of a scrum. Time for the boys to settle down a little bit, Blairy.
Yeah, I think a couple of their big men in the middle are obviously their leaders, and they're coming out there trying to make a difference, but they're going at each other there and they're firing up each other. The groups are getting busy out on the field, but it's looking exciting.
I just wonder, watching that replay with Naitoko, instead of trying to fend the defender, really should have backed himself to beat him on the outside. Oh, here comes Tuiliepa. But he's hit hard. Good shot coming in there from Taufa. Number 3 now. Sorkai Taufa has played for Counties Manukau, also in the National Championship last season, and he liked to mix that up too, didn't he? See if he can get the penalty.
It's the early stages, setting the tone. Both sides trying to get the ascendancy over each other. You're bringing in big men off the wing. Tuiliepa and Co, but even just the big men through the middle. Actually, you'd be surprised if it didn't have any numbers or jerseys. Who's the prop and who's not?
That's right. It's just big, fast guys everywhere. And CD now going to get a great opportunity. This will be 30 out to start the set. And now Terry, the hard-working back rower from Wellington. Nice offload, and this has created second phase play. And here comes Hennessy, the try scorer. And already he's marched into the 10. Great work from Cale Terry. Fiti Tera, player from Otaki. Now from dummy half goes So'otanga. Auckland Blue hard on defence here. Can Rota create something here? He spins, almost gets to the opportunity, the try line to score the try. Rota plays the ball to So'otanga. Good fast play the ball. Coming back is Andre Kingi. Get closed quickly. 5 out. So'otanga, good ball to Herewini. Great tackle on Wanakore, and it's a forward pass. Well, good defence from Auckland Blue there, Adam. They sustained and held up their line nicely.
Yeah, they're running some good plays, old Central District, and the boys are running some good lines. Just very unlucky there with the forward pass, but they try to put that same play on. They scored on the other side, on the left-hand side of the post, but then they went out the back this time. So they're mixing it up, which is nice to see.
Edwini, 1 a quarter, 2 and 10 in there. He spoke about the experience overseas in Australia. They come back here. They apply it on the field. This competition is the referee. Says it's time.
Busting through almost for Auckland Blues. Taufa once more, the Otahu Leopards player. Good solid contact as Auckland Blue make 20 metres from the first, 2 tackles from the scrum. Yongi, the try scorer at dummy half once more. And Tarafiti's dropped the ball this time. Wow, well, CD giving a very good account for themselves so far in these first 14 minutes.
Very, what's it like playing an energetic side when they come up, they're in your face defensively, I mean, against a more fancy team like the Blue, Auckland Blue?
Yeah, it becomes suffocating. I think you're used to trying to run over teams or playing the way you do, but then when a team comes up and defends well together, and they seem to just suffocate the Auckland team, which they're trying to play their way, and they're not letting them.
So again, CD get possession inside the Auckland Blue half. This is Herman Shumanafangai. Well, the pass goes to ground, so the momentum just stops for a moment, but it's gathered by Blackburn Kingy. Blackburn Kingy plays the ball. Now it's back to Hedawini again. Awanakori, haven't those two been really involved in the game? Awanakori looks like he's got a great engine on him. Looks like he could go all day, and Central Districts might need him to go all day as well, as Andre Kingy tries to step around a couple of players. Here's a big overlap that he's created, and that's... Oh! Excellent play, I was about to say, and Shumanu Fangai has dropped the ball with 4 points right there.
Oh, no! Andre Kingy, the skill set to get in and around, the speed he showed, the ball in 2 hands to evade multiple defenders, only for that last ball to drop. Oh, that's a killer.
I said earlier, if they could get the ball just a little bit wide off the ruck on that on the right-hand side of the Auckland team, they might get a bit of luck, and they were just very unlucky there.
What a run from Andre Kingy. And the pass to the winger was right there too, wasn't it? Right in the right spot. What a hard luck there for him. But Andre Kingy, good to see him making a burst. He played for Upper Central in the NZRL Championship last year. Originally from the Bay of Plenty, but it's moved down to Wellington now. Number 6, live wire for Central Districts. So Auckland Blue, Maiu'u. Will he just run at the line? He won't. He gives it to Tarafiti. Tarafiti skips through a couple of tackles, looks for an offload. Eventually he's brought to deck by Blackburn Kingy. Yongi at dummy half. Here's Maiu'u. Maiu'u to the line. 10 metres out. Yongi again. Here's Hansen. Hansen within a smidgen of scoring. Auckland Blues' second try. Stanley Yongi doesn't go from dummy half this time. Gives it back to Tongia, who just tries to barge over. But the C defence is up to it. It's excellent defence. They've got some pride on their line. Yongi again. Out it comes. We've got a replacement player out there. This is Papali'i. Papali'i out there now. Taylor Papali'i. No relation, by the way, folks, to Isaiah Papali'i. Still 3 metres out. Here comes Yongi, and there's a huge gap there, and it's Samuel Hansen that's gone over and scored the try. The lock forward from Otahu. And there is the second try for Auckland Blue. It's 10 points to 6.
Well, it's momentum, stopping these big men time and time again. One comes, the next one comes, and if you fight to play that ball, you get a bit of momentum.
On to get some action here for Central Districts in this game. This is Taylor Papali running hard and straight. And straight at Andre Kingi as well. Papali playing the ball. Hitting that line nice and hard. It's number 12. And there's a knock on from Ata Ata. Just about the tallest player on the field.
Yeah, Glenn, just nice, good contact there. I think the hardest runners that run off the kickoff, I've done a couple of those, and I look up and there's a brick wall in front of you. You think, where's the smallest bloke? But when you got a team like the Central District, there's no small blokes on the field. It's just close your eyes and good luck.
Not really much to say to that, Monty.
I've never been in that position, thankfully.
Oh, there's a big fella coming in from the right wing again. That's Pose Tuilepa from Rongotai College in Wellington. Now hitting the line hard is Malakai Tia, a player with rugby union experience. Tanga has, I think, was that a fumble from him or was it bad play the ball?
Well, Mr. Referee was in hand, he caught it, and I think there's one criticism from today's game is probably the handling. I know there's a little bit of sweat out there, but the conditions are perfect for great running rugby league. And when you've got skill sets and you've got human beings at this size, look, it's one of the easiest things to hold the ball.
They're excited, Monty. They haven't had some games of rugby league for a long time, so they're just excited to be out here.
Fair enough.
And that's a really good point too, because of course last season was pretty much a write-off for all rugby league talent in New Zealand in this age group. So they'll be keen as mustard to really fire up in this contest. There's Timmy Schmidt making a tackle, number 17 for Central Districts. On Naitoko, Yongi, nice little dummy half play from him, and there's a good burst up the field from Taufa, who's showing out strongly. And at that right centre position, looked like a sloppy play the ball, but play continues. This is Papali'i again. Good meters, fast play the ball's coming here for Auckland Blue. And here comes Lyman. Lyman uses Maiu as a decoy this time, and here comes Taufa again. Taufa. Sulakai, Taufa, still, he's very hard to handle. Last play now. 80 metres pretty much made in this set from Auckland Blue. Lyman, can he polish it with a nice kick? And that's weighted just a bit too far and taken comfortably by Tipene Rewiti, fullback for CD, a rear touch for him.
That's nice. Taylor Papali coming on the field, making a huge difference with the play of the ball. What about these middlemen from the Auckland Blue, as we've seen right there, co-captain Tongia? He's been outstanding. He's been a number of outstanding men in the middle of the field. And someone who was outstanding through his career through the middle is right next to us there, Adam Blair, in his new chapter.
Oh, it's a tough position to be in, but I guess as forwards, you want to dominate the other forward pack, and it all starts through the middle, so they're doing a great job, the Blues, at the moment.
Blackburn Kingi it is for Central Districts. Fast play the ball again. They're rolling forward nicely here. Here comes the other winger, Shumanu Whangai. He's had issues with his hands earlier in the contest when he dropped the ball over the line, and he's had it bumped out of his grasp again right there. Disappointing for the big wing, left winger.
I should mention a little while ago, Blairy blasted me for sort of giving them a bit of a what's up with the ball position, but the contact has been superb. The shoulders, the collisions. You're a man who loved that yourself, Blairy. Have a look here. Contact right on the ball. Maybe it's a little bit of a loose carry, but in saying that, it's been exceptional, very physical.
The intentions are all there, Monty. Like you said, they want to get in there, they want to chuck their shoulders in there. One thing that I'm big on, though, is the hit and stick. I like the big shots, I like the contact, but it's no good if you're not sticking to the tackle. But got very lucky there with the loose carry, like I said.
Here comes Tiu. There's a 2-on-1 overlap, but this pass was forward and into touch. You'd love to have that one again there. Nehume Tiu. He did all the hard work there, Monty.
What about the speed of the man? Beautiful work, like you said. You got him into position with his wings being nice and open. Unfortunately, a bit of excitement carried away. Execution wasn't quite on. He did all the hard work. He played unders even, played on the inside shoulder. It was that ball, went forward out of his hands, unfortunately.
Taufa was right there, wasn't he? But Tiu, he's an interesting character as well. He's been coached by both Bluey McLennan and John Auckland, and he's only 19. Former Hibiscus Coast players moved to Mount Albert now.
Two of the best, those two.
Imagine that, having great coaching, great coaches like that at that's such a young age. These wingers, Tuilepa looks very promising, doesn't he, on this right wing side for Central Districts. And now number 15 for CD, this is Nullavow. Moses Nullavow, that's a famous rugby league name. Haven't been able to ascertain whether he's a relative of Joe. And here is a penalty, though. We definitely know he's earned his team a penalty right there. Moses Mullavau. 15 for another player from Wellington. Prop for St Patstown's first 15 last year.
Here we go now. You mentioned Mullavau. He's got the power base much like Joe did back in his day. Remember that guy started off at fullback playing for the Warriors, junior Kiwis, and ended up playing in the front row. Won 2 premierships, the man from James Cook. Done wonderful things, and now who knows in terms of what he's got in terms of ability. Mullavau.
Terry plays the ball. He's been solid, the captain on that left back rower's position. Now CD 5 metres out, right in front of the post. Boy, would they love to strike back with a try. Heroini, nice shift of the ball back to Tema Schmidt. The gap closed quickly, though.
On the line, wait. Go 3.
And there goes a dart from dummy half. That's excellent awareness from Soatanga. And he has gone over and scored the try. Very similar try for Central Districts as the first one. And we should be locked up in just a moment. It's 12-10.
Well, you mentioned awareness. Soatanga, it was open, it was there, but probably the awareness defensively lacked. I mean, that's an opportunity we got to squeeze in a little bit more. Talapapalea coming forward, thinking about the people out a little bit wider. And as Blairy mentioned before, you've got to look after the ball. That is key, that is first, and that is Soatanga.
That's great work from him there with dummy half, looking one way, going the other way. But just building that pressure off the middles, being able to get that opportunity to score that try. You know, structure at both sides makes the defence start thinking, and then he goes straight through the middle.
Heroini has converted the try, 12-all. Yes, White Soatanga, originally from Wellington. 2017, he made a New Zealand NZRL under-18s merit team. Then he nipped over to Australia and went to school at Ipswich in Queensland. Played some Langer Cup there, but he's back in New Zealand now, and he's been very good out of dummy half.
They've been good. If you think about the side as a whole, Glenn, yeah, logistically where they're from, how their spread is, what does that mean in terms of getting down or getting up to Auckland from there at different airports, different times, meeting up together and training, and then, you know, playing against a much fancied Auckland team. It's 12 apiece.
Yeah, the question is, though, Adam, can they keep it going?
That's a big question, Glenn. I think both sides are a little bit fatigued at the moment, so I guess the team that builds the pressure most consistently throughout this first half will try and get they'll hopefully try and get another try here, and then it'll be hard to chase them.
Will be Schuster restarts play for Auckland Blue. 2 tries apiece. Drake Kingy and Tema Schmidt it is. Hit hard again on the 20. Here's the try scorer, Soatanga. Forward pass. I think the ref got that one spot on. Joseph Green just drifted forward.
Coach Blairy?
Especially off the back of a try. I guess what you want to do off the back of a try is just complete your set and get down there and try and build some pressure on them, and hopefully they make the mistake. But you've come off, you know, your first hit up, and then your next pass is forward.
Well, we know what happens generally when teams get attacking opportunities. 25 out. At the very least, they're going to be ending up on the line. And this Auckland Blues team is stacked, and almost getting through was Lyman. Good tackle from Rewati. Out it comes to Tongia, who's still out there, the co-captain. Good offload, and it's been gone backwards. In fact, so play continues here. Here comes Hintz, who's out there now, getting very close. Sebastian Hintz. Off the bench, he's taken over a dummy half. It's a dart for the line, but he's just short. Into dummy half again, gives it to Sorkai, and that's come forward. And it's gone against Auckland Blue, just as Maiu'u went over to score. The referee says that's come forward off an Auckland Blue player.
I think you'll find he knocks it into the Central District defender. That'll be how he's deemed that one. Tell you what, though, the pass was a hard one to take. Maybe we want to be a little bit more patient with what they're doing. They have got time. Yeah, we're still behind him. He probably should have left that one going. It was probably meant to be going back door, but, you know, it's a game of inches. If he picked that, he may have been able to beat his defender one-on-one.
Yeah, I think Ma'u was just there up early, and it was a 3-on-2, and then he ducked at the back. I don't know if he was tired or he was expecting a block play, but if he stayed in that block position and it goes at the back, it could have been an opportunity there.
Some excellent defence coming in from Jeremiah Schuster and a couple of other players there for Auckland Blue. They really want to force an error here. And Central Districts are going nowhere at the moment. Very keen Auckland Blue defence. Now the big winger pokes his nose through, almost gets through to his posse. Again to Leepa. Now Central Districts are on the front foot a bit more. Hedawini. Solid contact again from Waiu. This time on the number 16 for Central Districts is John Samuelu, who is out there now. Tough set of 6, but they've got out of it. And a good kick. Excellent kick from Hedawini as Naitoko has dropped the ball. And CD will be buoyed by that.
Just wow. As a forward player or ex-forward player, when you look up and you look down the field and you're seeing your wingers having a bit of a break, just wow. That's all I'm going to say, Blair. I'm sure you've got more expletives and words to say.
The thing I like as a middle player, when you've got your big wingers coming and bringing those big carries, when you've been on your try line defending, you're defending really well, and then the big winger comes in and just runs hard and just goes forward and gets penalties, and then you got a good kick like that, you just put your hands up in the air and say thank you.
For Hedawini, number 7 here, his kicking game has been spot on for Central District so far. Really has been a feature of their performance.
I think his game management as a whole has been great. Some nice short line passes, some nice different options out the back play as well. But as you mentioned, the kicks.
And there's been some really good awareness too from number 9, So'otanga as well. Now, I know he's off the field at the moment as Tema Schmidt hits it up. But there's some rugby league IQ in those two players. Tema Schmidt driving hard for the line here. Excellent carry from the interchange player. And under-18 schools player from last year. There's another dive from dummy half. I think he got it down, and there's the answer. It's yes, it is Kyan Katene who has got the try. And there is a little bit of frustration coming out here from Leotoa, but Katene got the ball down.
Has he awarded it?
I don't know if he has just yet. Surely he will. Yes, now he's awarding the tries, Joseph Green. So it is Kyan Katene from Whanganui who has got the try.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there's been a lot of play in and around that dummy half. It was a nice little show, a stutter step and go again. I think defensively, they read it well. It's just the numbers in terms of execution was just a little bit off then. But, geez, Katene threatening out of dummy half.
And you need to start shit in the first place, all right? Yeah, I know you're the boys, but we need to leave it at that, all right? Nothing extra, all right? Thanks, fellas. Brooklyn, just wait there.
Not much in that one, really.
You know, from me. No, just from the boys in general. We don't. I'll give you after.
What I'm liking is the intentions of the decoy runners. You're not really a decoy runner, you're always an option. So they're running with intent, which is giving those options for those dummy halves to run and sneak over and keeping defence guessing on what's coming next.
Absolutely. And if you've got eyes for other runners coming off the ball or other potential runners catching the ball, it means that you, in that line defensively, you're by yourself.
Great time for Katene to score. 3 minutes out from half-time. Reminding you, these are 35-minute halves in this game. And don't forget, stay with us here on Sky Sport 4. Straight after this game, we'll have the second game of the NZRL Under-20 National Championship coming from Rotorua. It's going to be the other Auckland team, Auckland White, against Waikoa Bay, which is a team combining Bay of Plenty, Waikato, and other areas in the upper half of the North Island, excluding Auckland and Northland. So Dale Husband and Wairangi Kopu will have the call of that game for you. Hope you're enjoying this one here. It's certainly been very competitive. 5 tries in the first half, and we still have 2 minutes to go. And here's Andre Kingi with a good step again. Good tackle coming in from the centre Corsi for Auckland Blue. And once again, it's Tema Schmidt. What a big body he is.
Big body, but the half pairing you meant, Andre Kingi, he's been exceptional too. Bit of smarts then. You mentioned he was in the representative football last year.
Yeah.
He's showing that experience coming through.
Well, actually,
on the field, he's been big and strong.
I've got to say, Tema Schmidt, I was surprised he wasn't starting, actually. He did play very well last year for the schools team off the bench. Here he is, big number 17 here, and he knew exactly a penalty was coming near, Adam.
Yeah, those are the ones, you hate those ones, and if you're involved in it or you're the guy coming to the tackle, yeah, it's not a good position to be in, but he deserved it. He ran hard, he got down, found this front, and he bumped off a couple of players and getting that penalty.
comes Samuelu again. Got about half a dozen players in their team here today who have basically come from rugby union backgrounds, but they're all adjusting to the intricacies of rugby league quite well so far in this game. Is Cale Terry. He's got plenty of rugby league experience. He's already played Premier football in Wellington for Fiti Te Rā. Here comes Samuelu with his second carry of this set. Boy, another try to CD here just before half-time. That would really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. The hooter is gone, and there is Lautawa, who is gathering for Auckland Blue. And that is the half here at Opeke Sports Park. Certainly been full on here of this NZRL Under-20s National Championship match. 5 tries in the first half. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll be back with the second half shortly with CD leading by 18 points to 12.
I'm a winner, man. Nothing solid behind the back. Oh, my goodness. And the crowd's up and about.
The NBL Cup, live on Sky Sport.
$18 points to 12 here at Opeke Sports Park. Lovely summer's day here. And this is a really interesting contest with Central Districts actually leading the favoured team, the Auckland Blue team, 3 tries to 2. Hennessy, So'otanga and Katani, the try scorers. Yongi and Hansen, the try scorers for Auckland Blue. I've got to say, Adam Blair, we'll start with you. I've been very, very impressed with this CD team. What's been the most impressive thing or aspect of their game that you've enjoyed?
I guess the wingers, for example, Liepa has been really good carrying out the back. Again, defending their line. I love the ticker that they've got down there. They've obviously built a little bit of a connection through doing not much connection stuff together, but being from a distance, they've all kind of found a way to come together as a group, and they're coming out here and displaying it on show today, and it's been outstanding from them.
There's been some key performances from them too, and I've liked the halves, Hedowini and Andre Kingi, and straight away it was this try being created for the front row of Hennessy. That was the first try and gave CD an early lead, 6 points to 4. Then we see Yongi hit back.
Yeah, they got the confidence early, but Auckland finally got into the match with a strike in from Yongi around dummy half. He's been very good around the ruck area as well, as we see them. Got a little bit wider here, Blair. It's a little bit harder for them defensively to stop.
Yeah, I think that's where all the tries have been today, has been straight through the middle there. They're just building pressure through the middle, and they're dropping people back under, and they're working the middle forwards over, making them make decisions, and then getting a little bit, just one-off passes just off the edge of the ruck there.
So 2 tries to 1. That was 2 tries all with Hedowini converting the try from So'otanga, and then we got the try, Katani, just before half-time.
Yeah, that's right. Once again, it's around that ruck area. I think both teams have been very hard to handle with the ball in hand. And if you've got that momentum going forward, that quick ruck speed, that's what's been leading to a lot of the tries.
Well, in fact, it's led to all the tries because they've all been similar, haven't they? 18 points to 12, but it's just been good to see CD really sticking at it. I think So'otanga's been influential. So too is Hedowini, Andre Kingi. Those 3... curiously, all in the spine have been very influential. Let's have a look at some stats and what sticks out for you here, Adam.
Yeah, the position there, the Auckland and Central District position, 62-38. It's hard to play footy when you've only got that much ball, and if you're not holding the ball, it's tough. So they're just building pressure, Central District, and putting on the points down on the try line.
And their completion rate, 38%. Jeepers, Alan Ettles won't be happy with that.
I'll tell you what you don't see there in terms of stats, because you can't have a stat, it's the game management. The game management has been superb. The energy levels have been high, enthusiasm's been there, but when you mention the half pairing, when you mention Wanakori, what he does as a middleman in the middle, beautiful subtleties, nice stuff, reading the game well.
Can CD keep it going? That's the question. We'll have the second half for you right after this.
over the head coaching role at the Warriors next season.
I'm excited. So strap yourself in. In 2021, we're all in.
Aaron Smith, shot ball, yes! Tompkinson!
Think you know Sky Super Rugby?
Will Jordan, this kid is sensational! Relentless from the Crusaders!
Sky Super Rugby tipping is here, and it's totally free to everyone. So challenge your mates and whānau to claim bragging rights for 2021. There's spot prizes every week just for getting your tips in, and it's not too late to sign up. Visit sky.co.nz Super Rugby and register now.
Leading your sports news tonight.
All the sports news you need.
The All Blacks. The NBA.
I think it's great.
The NFL.
Women's rugby.
The Enduro GP.
Cricket. All that.
Beach volleyball.
And boy, live from our studios.
I can't describe it as that good. It's a pretty exciting time.
Emotions are a good thing. You should try.
Join our legends of sport.
Tell me what you know. We've got draft. Tell me who's in it.
Tonight, for The Crowd Goes Wild, Sky Sports Select.
NZRL National 20s action. Brand new competition for 2021. 6 teams got to do battle against each other for the next 5 weeks. 2 Auckland teams, Auckland Blue, Auckland White. We've got Central Districts here in the green. Looking forward to seeing the other teams in action over the next 2. We've got Northland against the South Island tomorrow from Christchurch. And we also have Auckland White against Waikoa Bay coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon here on Sky Sport 4. And of course, don't forget about the Warriors tonight at 8 o'clock against the Titans in that NRL trial match. It'll be really interesting to see how that one goes. Here we go, second half. Central Districts kicking off against Auckland Blue, and it is the Central Districts team encompassing Wellington, Hawke's Bay, Taranaki, Whanganui, Manawatu. They're leading 18 points to 12 over this crack Auckland Blues team. And it's 3 tries to 2 at the moment. Can CD keep it going? That's the question. Hitting the line nice and hard. Number 17, Tongia, co-captain for this team. Touch on a full counties senior rep last season. Yongi standing wider of the ruck this time as Papali'i goes over the halfway line. Wearing 14, Sebastian Hint. And now Yongi. Yongi sneaks through. Good little root burst there from Stanley Yongi, and he's earned his team a penalty. Good set of 6 there from Auckland Blue to start the second half.
Oh, Yongi, he's obviously been starting there at hooker. Maybe he's sort of switching a bit with his man Hint in terms of going into the hooky and roll position. I thought he was going to play at half at one stage, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. This is the momentum that they need, right, Larry?
This is what you wanted straight after half-time. If you're on the back foot here, going into the dressing rooms, a good start like this is going to help them.
Here comes Papali'i again. He started from the interchange bench. He's hit hard here by Nullivau. Papali'i. Here goes Hint at dummy half. It's Yongi at first receiver this time. Here comes Lyman. Mai'uu is going close for Auckland Blue. Mai'uu's still there. A very determined run, but they hold him out. Excellent defence on the big, bulky back rower. Here come Auckland Blue again, plugging that short side. Going very close again as
You've lost it into a central player.
Taufa, and the error comes. That's the 10th error made by Auckland Blue in the game now. And somehow City survive again with some determined defence.
Yeah, that's frustration. No doubt about it, this Auckland team would not be happy going to the break, being down a little bit. But the attitude, once again, Tuleaepa in there, getting everything he can in off his wing. He's been exceptional with the ball and without the ball. Auckland probably trying a little bit too hard. They're making ground, they're making some inroads, but they're just trying to force a little bit at the end.
Tuleaepa, what can he do? His contact on some of those players, gee, he's a winger, but he can carry hard and he can defend well too. You like that? I like it.
Here's the other big winger, Siumanu Whangai, hasn't been held. And he's made 20 metres. And he's got a fast play the ball as well. CD are up and rolling here. And just like that, there are 30 metres upfield. And the referee wants Katene, who scored the last try just before half-time, go back and play the ball again.
Okay, where you go?
And Katene from Whanganui. Good touch player. He's
wrong player playing the ball. It's wrong. Okay, take it back.
Well, he's lucky because I think there's a forward pass there. Tuleaepa.
I'm good for one of them. Try and give it to someone else, and you play the ball, I'll go have a rest.
Away you go.
Tuialepa is back in position again. Are they going to use him, though, this time? Players coming off the field because there's just been a sub, so we're just waiting for one player to exit the playing arena. Now, Katane. Yeah, New Zealand under-17s indoor touch team captain is Katane. Now, Hirawini. Hit hard was Samuelu. Again, he's strong and holds the ball. Now he's getting close to the touchline. Samuelu is going to stay in the field of play only just, but he's lost it. That's good tackling coming in there from Auckland Blue, and Benjamin Corsi take a bow.
I spoke about the enthusiasm from Central Districts. That time Auckland Blue getting in there, doing what they need to do. Some of the boys there, Hirawini, trying to argue the point. These are the games, at the moments in a game where it can really shift.
Yeah, the determination of Benjamin Corsi there. He was shrugged off, but he came again. And so too to Ata. So we see Ata forcing the error. If only they'd gone back the other way to Tuialepa again. Hey?
Yeah, for sure. Central District just need to be nice and calm and patient now.
There you go. Turn the feet up.
They're overplaying the hand a little bit, trying to muscle over these boys.
Taua off the scrum. And now Taufa. Soakai Taufa, 5 metres inside CD's half. Hint. And now it's out to Lyman. And now Maiu'u. Like to see them get him into the game more. Hint again. Now it's Lyman. Almost a shepherd there, but play continues. Now it's Taufa again. In fact, there will be a penalty for obstruction. Referee Green, a bit slow to blow his whistle there. He got the right decision, I think, in the end. Then, Monty, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's right. Blairry mentioned it early on in the game that these young men are excited. They're playing on TV. They want to show their skill sets. But you've got to remember, it's the foundations about going forward. It's about earning the right to go a bit wider or to play what's in front of you once you've got the momentum. That's, I think, what's been struggling for both of these teams. But for Central Districts, Blairry, they're winning, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said before, if they can just stay nice and calm and composed, they'll get through their sets and just build a little bit of pressure. For me, they're looking like the better team at the moment, but things can change pretty quickly in rugby league.
Auckland Blue, of course. Auckland Blue are only one try away, remember. So CD back into Auckland Blue's half, and this is Malakai Tia playing the ball. Now Wanakore, who is back out there. What a stint he had in his opening few minutes. And he's made some excellent meters post-contact on that carry. No penalty coming, though, for Central Districts as Nalavau goes straight. Good momentum here. Fast play the ball and nipping away as Soatang. He's already got one try. And he got within a couple of metres of scoring his second. Wyatt Soatanga. Andre Kingi at dummy half. Batter comes to Hirawini. Hirawini with the kick. And as he measured this one, he just kicked it a bit too far, but it hasn't been taken by Tew. What's going to be the ruling? It's going to go against Auckland Blue.
There you go, another back-to-back set for Central Districts. As we saw both wingers go up. A little bit of evasion in the air. He gets back there, Tew. Didn't quite have a handle in terms of where he needed to be. Body position with thresh straight through the fingers. See Manu Whangai doing enough to get that ball out of his hands, Larry.
Just a great kick. But the kick's only made better by its chase, so they put pressure on him, perfectly weighted, and put some pressure there.
Taylor Schmidt picks up the ball. You're right, it was another great kick from Hirawini, whose kicking game has been excellent. Continues where he left off in the first half. Now Samuelu on the 20 as CD look to extend their lead. Boy, this will be interesting if Soatanga. Oh, it's been dropped. Oh boy, that one should have been taken from Nalavau. Maybe the pass was just a bit behind him, but it was probably should have been taken, Monty.
Yeah, it's a little bit off. Boys are a little bit fatigued. They've been playing very well. They had a bit of travel as well, but I tell you what, though, you know, every time you make these mistakes, when you've potentially got your opportunity to put your foot on the throat, it makes it a little bit harder to close this game out. Don't forget that Auckland Blue have got a lot of threat there, Blair, so if they get their fair share of possession, this game could turn quickly.
Yeah, for sure, Monty. Like you said, if the possession goes into their favour a little bit here, then the game could change around really quickly, like you said. They just need to be nice and consistent and complete their set here.
It's Ali Laatawa, nephew of Ali Lauatiti. Not really been in the game so far. There's Corsi. Good carry from Benjamin Corsi, the younger brother of Ed Corsi. Got close to Warriors NRL. Now this is a good roll on. Naitoko will want to get to his feet and play the ball quickly. Good gather at dummy half there from Hint. And now Taufa. Auckland Blue with a nice roll on here as Yongi standing at first receiver. Lyman, they're going to spread it wide. Out it comes to Laatawa, who's in the line. Oh, it's been touched by Corsi, and that has been ruled to go backwards. So Tiu picks the ball up. The last play now for Auckland Blue. Maybe a little fortunate to get away with that decision. Hint. And there goes the kick from Schuster. Nice and high it is. It's a good chase coming. And it's taken beautifully by Tui Alepa. Good tackle from Taufa. He could have sneaked away there.
Blairy's got a smile on his face. Blairy said what he can't this kid do, Blairy.
I'm liking him, eh? I'm liking him far out. He's catching balls, he's taking hit-ups, he's getting penalties, making good reads in defence. What can't he do, man?
Gotta laugh. I hate gifted people like that. Gifted athletes. There's nothing they can't do.
Oh, look at this Auckland Blue defence. It's super keen, but again, CD seem to be handling it pretty well. Katini playing the ball, and away goes Soatanga, who's made excellent decisions right the way through this contest. Maiu and Lyman with that tackle for Auckland Blue. Soatanga again. Here comes Wanakori. Can rely on him to come forward at just the right time and earn his team a penalty.
It's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. I was just going to say what Blairy mentioned a bit early on. If you pass a little bit wide, you know, a couple of two balls got a little bit wider of the BC defenders. There's some joy out there. There's a lot of space out there for the wider men. And we're seeing their wingers. We're seeing what they can do.
I've liked Wanakori as well. He plays Premier football in Wellington last year for Randwick. He scored a try in his 5 games. He is going great for Central Districts. Remember, 35-minute halves, so full-time Herder sounds at the 70-minute mark. And there's no change to the half-time score. 3 tries to 2. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Here's Wanakori again. And the 2 number 15s come together, Nullavow and Kenny Tawa, who is out there now for Auckland Blue. Soatanga, Wanakori. Thought about passing, but Maiu jumps on his back, goes for a ride. 15 metres out to CD. Get into the red zone again. And here's Nullavow once again going straight towards the goal line. Can he get to his feet quickly? Keep that momentum going. Heroini. There's a grubber this time, and it's a good kick to a good chase. And Tiu's going to get out of the in goal. He is. In fact, he's done really well there. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, gee whiz. It was just one of those 50-50 decisions where he pulled the trigger and paid the price.
Oh, Tiu, amazing work to do what he did. Unbelievable. Great skills, a great ability to get back, to show the enthusiasm, to get over his own line, beat multiple defenders there, and then think, you know what, it's not good enough just to get down in the field of play. I need to go further. However, ball security gets him in the end. Oh, Blairy, I've got no hair to pull out. What about you?
I've got plenty of hair to put out, but I've just got to go back to Hiruini's kick. Perfectly placed in there. Yes, the kick chase could be better, but I think he's nailing it every time he puts it in the right position. Just gets a bit more pressure on the back of it, and they'll go right here.
Oh, it's a lovely little run around from Andre Kingi this time. Again, he and Hiruini are combining beautifully in the halves for Central. Whoops, a wobbly old pass, and that has gone forward. That's a real bonus there for Auckland Blue, and it is Sumanu Whangai who is there hoping to get the big run up the middle of the park.
Yeah, we spoke about leadership a little bit today, and this is the time now where the leaders are going to go to the people and just tell them just to relax, stick to our patterns, do what we need to do. I know it's easy to get excited, but I tell you what, that loop play, that backdoor play that was sweeping, I think that's the player that will, if they use a little bit more often to get outside the C defenders of this Auckland Blue side, will set them away. This game's in the balance, Blairy.
Let's go. It's looking exciting.
Corsi it is. With that carry, now Naitoko. Toko, that's good play the ball. And now hitting the ball nice and hard, but hit hard. Very nicely was Tongia. That was good rugby league from both teams on that play. Now, Kenny Tower. In they come. Now, can they keep the ball this time as Lyman kicks, and he's found some space. Tuialepa going back, gets a good bounce. Can he make something from nothing?
Of course he can.
Why did I even ask the question?
I can't stop laughing. He's doing everything right.
I think Blairie's going to go, you know, not only his commentary, but player agency, and he's going to go sign him up. He's going to be the first player. Tuialepa.
Oh, I'd love a big winger like that. I'll take him on board, and I don't know if I can show him much more. He's done everything.
There he is at dummy half this time. And now the other winger, Simone Funga. He's dropped it. Play on is the call, and now Auckland Blue are right on attack with a full set. Can they equalise the scores? It is Tower, who is just a metre away from the goal line. Yongi back at dummy half. Taufa is going to bury himself over the line and score the try. Is it Taufa? We'll double check. In fact, it might be Maiu'u who's gone over and scored the try. Yes, it is Zion Maiu'u.
I was calling for leadership at the scrum play previously down, coming out of their red zone. We said we need to go to a leader. They need to tell people what to expect and what they need to do. But this one says, no, I'll put up my hands, do it myself. Isolated players, a great ball from dummy half. One-on-one, very strong. Zion Maiu'u, the co-captain, with a big play to bring his game and his team back into this one, Blair.
Yeah, Glenn was asking earlier in the call to try and get this guy some ball. Zion's just gone in there, called for the ball, and obviously wanted it really hard and just had determination to score that try.
Zion Maiu'u from Glenora, ex-Kelston Boys, New Zealand under-16s player in 2019 and a standout performer for a SG ball team last year, of course, which was severely cut by COVID. Now, important kick here for Caleb Lyman. The kicks have gone over today so far, and that one has as well. So we're back locked up again, 18 apiece. Beautifully set up this game now. Caleb Lyman, excellent kick from him.
Successful kick here by number 6, Caleb Lyman. Caleb Lyman. Successful kick. Wonderful work there.
So 18 all. This has been a very, very hard-fought game. If we're going to get contests like this all the way through the entire season, might be happy days.
It's a great contest. I think this contest, the New Zealand Premiership over under-20s, goes over 6 weeks, I believe. 6 weeks being the one when you have the final. But you think immediately that it's the Auckland teams that are going to dominate. Central Districts been, you know, take a bow. Been a great performance today, and who knows, they may even get away with the win.
Here comes Maiu'u, winding up the try scorer, getting straight back into it. Warriors have him all locked away for future seasons. Tongia, that's Fio Tongia getting close to the halfway line. In fact, he's lost it. Penalty's been given. Andre Kingy concedes the penalty. It was a 50-50 one, that one, but ruled a strip.
Here come the Auckland Blue. The position's starting to even up a little bit now. They're starting to get a little bit of consistency in their ball playing, and they're just running hard. They just look like they're running harder.
Oh, I don't know if there was a hand in that one. I'll tell you what, though, a bit of luck on their side, and they don't need any luck, and they don't need a piggyback getting out of their own end as well, Central District. So let's hope now they'll front up and be just as enthusiastic as they've been all day.
Well, 20 minutes to go, and here goes a nice little play off the set piece from Auckland Blue, but it's read by CD down that short side. So can they hang out again? CD here as Maiu'u. As goes backwards with that good contact from Wanakore. Maiu'u with the play the ball. Now Hansen, who got a try in the first half. Schuster, out it comes to Ata. The big, tall, lanky, athletic lad on this right edge. They're going to go back to the left as Yongi, and back goes Hansen. Hansen goes close. Very good tackle coming in from CD there. Wanakore again. That was a try saver. Yongi almost loses it and almost scores a second. Last play here, it's Lyman. He's dropped it. It was right round his bootlaces, and CD have hung on again somehow.
What a competition we're having. Everyone throwing their last couple of dices, as we're talking about dices and last bit of efforts. Kay and Carton, number 14's off for HIA. But Blairy, what do you make of this?
It's rugby league at its best. I'll tell you what, you build pressure, then you get to your last play and you drop the ball. It's something that you don't want to do. You just want to keep building pressure. They're on the front foot there. All they do is catch that ball. If the pass was better, could have caught it, put a little grubber in behind and build some pressure. Here they come now.
Yeah, it's a great tackle on Rota. One thing Central Districts do not want to do here is make an error. They're going to be a bit ambitious inside their own 20. Siumana Whangai, look at the defence on him. Oh, it's excellent. Corsi, Ata, and there's an error. What a play there from Corsi, from Schuster, from Ata for Auckland Blue.
Yeah, I think that's the second time Siumana Whangai is obviously trying to think about getting that extra bit of distance, the extra bit of yardage when he gets in poor body position. By doing so, he loses grip. He loses that grip of the ball, that pull, which is security, that is paramount, and that's twice now. He's been good in trying to help the side, but it does let the side down, Blairy.
The thing is, these days, our wingers are so much bigger than what they used to be, and they're so much stronger. So what they want to do is just run straight over people. Sometimes when you're coming off a bit of pressure and you're coming for a challenge, you just want to just hit and just dive down to the ground and get up and play the ball. But at this age, they're strong, they're fast, they're just trying to run over people, and sometimes they get you in a bit of trouble.
Here's Laotawa. Fair play to Tiu, who initiated the contact on big Siumana Whangai to initially get the error. Now Samuel Hansen once more. Big moment in the game here as Yongi. Did he get it down? He has. Stanley Yongi gives Auckland Blue the lead. There's the try, Stanley Yongi, 22-16. Yeah, we've seen many tries in this game scored in that fashion. Mighty beat them.
Oh, Stanley Iongi, he's been brilliant. I tell you what, though, he's been somewhat of an unsung hero that time, going through under multiple defenders. He's been good. You've seen him in there at dummy half in the 9 position. He's been taking all the right triggers and right options. He's also gone to one wide in the first receiver, playing a great part in terms of, we're talking about the halves and the other team, Blairy. He's been just as effective.
He's obviously a really talented player because he's moving around a few different positions. So they've obviously nullified that he's got some potential out wide and they're in behind the ruck. And any time there's a quick play of the ball, he's getting in and just darting over. That's his second try, I think.
Here's Caleb Lyman with the conversion attempt, and he is successful with that one as well. 100% goal-kicking record. That's now 5 from 5.
Tell you what, though, when you've got to have all hands on deck here right now, there's been a bit of word that from Central District's number 14, Kayan Kartene, will not be returning. He failed his HIA test, so he will not be back on this field to contribute to the ending. And we've seen how prolific he is and how great he is out of dummy half.
Yeah, so just a correction, Lyman's 4th successful goal in the contest. Out there for Central Districts is Hennessy. He got the first try. He'll go hard for 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes of this game, I still feel like there's more drama.
Behind the fellas.
Yeah, Auckland Blue got their tails up here, so we need Central District need to try and calm down and just get a good defensive set here and try and stop the momentum.
I thought you're Northland, brother.
I'm backing Central District here.
Ooh, that's a big call. Well, let's see if the error rate, which was a bit high for Auckland Blue in the first half, it's evened up now. It's 12-11. Favour of Central Districts, and there's a dangerous tackle. Not a lot in that, to be fair, but I guess under the technical aspect of the interpretation of the rule, Monty, there was a penalty there.
No malice whatsoever. As a bit of rain just falls down now. A bit of a sprinkling, really. We haven't had that this afternoon since we've kicked off. You see him getting nice and low there between the legs, which is always in a dangerous position. But number 8 there, doing a great job, Memphis Hennessy, and just looking after the welfare of Auckland Blue.
So penalty. 24-18, 4 tries to 3. But in the last 5 to 10 minutes, it's been all Auckland Blue with the ball, Adam. There's hardly been any ball for Central Districts.
Yeah, Central Districts will be hoping to get an error out of Auckland Blue here. put a bit of pressure on them defensively. But Auckland Blue look really good, just running hard and stronger at the moment.
There's Ata. Nice run from Salesi. Ata. 30 metres out. Here comes Hansen. Hard-working back rower from Otahu. Good play, good tackling coming in from Central Districts. Rolling Hansen onto his back, slowing the play the ball down. Iongi. Here comes the run from, that's a nice pass to Mayu. So, Zion Mayu, brilliant. There's the try of the game so far. Absolutely superb. Off the run and the pass from Lyman. Great try.
Zion Mayu. I was going to say take a bow, but you know what, son? Jump up and down because you deserve to celebrate. The captain, co-captain on the edge. We spoke about the last quarter of this match and what the leaders need to be doing. He's epic. You look at this short ball here. There wasn't too much on. It's just a short ball. He splits the defenders beautifully. He comes off a little left twice. Cleary, that's the type of guy you want on your edge. Devastating stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of athleticism is great. I think he just ran a really good line. Inside your halfbacks, that's where you want your back rows running. If your half can just hold up that back row and then have your other back row on your side running the nice line, it makes it a hard tackle to defend, and he just runs hard and strong.
Yeah, last thing CD needed was Zion Mayu in the clear like that. So this conversion is again nice and handy for Caleb Lyman. He's 4 from 4 so far in the contest. Kick again, get them clear by 12 if he succeeds here, which he has. 30 points to 18.
Right, 12 minutes left in this match. If we go to what we've got in terms of interchanges, Auckland have used 4, Glenn, and Central Districts have used 8. So there's still more up their sleeve, as we just saw a change there from Auckland Blue. Fresh legs coming onto the field. We've seen the size of these athletes. Could be all the difference.
Yeah, Junior Molly is on now, number 18, for his first taste of action today. Don't forget, at 4 o'clock this afternoon, we have game number 2 in the NZRL National 20s Tournament. We're going to have Auckland White up against Waikobe live from Rotorua. Looking forward to that one, so stay with us here on Sky Sport 4. And, of course, after that one, we'll be building towards the Warriors game kicking off at 8 o'clock tonight, that NRL trial against the Titans. There's going to be a lot of interest in that game. And here comes Tongia from the back fence. And he's hurt himself there as Fial Tongia. Has he done a hamstring there? That's a shame if he has. Might be just some cramp.
I hope it's just a cramp and not a tear as you stretch it. And you see there, he's been doing this all day, Tongia. He's been relentless. Been direct, it's been very physical. You see him rolling there.
Well, Fial Tongia, Mangere East Hawks player. So that's just confirmation of that game kicking off at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Waikobe, which is the Waikato and the coast area of Bay of Plenty. And then tomorrow at 4 o'clock, we'll be in Christchurch for the South Island versus Northland game, live at midday tomorrow. And there's a confirmation of that. Oh, is it our year, Monty?
How does that make you feel, Blair, when I say it's our year? Because you're not a part of it anymore. How's life being a retired NRL legend?
I've been enjoying it, to be honest. You know, the body's feeling good. I'm fresh. I'm not missing the aches and pains of the consistency of everyday bangs. The being somewhere where you have to be on time all the time. I'm enjoying that part of it.
Oh, you'll get itchy feet tonight, though, won't you, watching that game? Oh. It's going to be really interesting to see how the Warriors look in this game tonight. It's been a long, hard pre-season, as they always are. Bust out. Cobwebs tonight as Lyman. Lyman is going to be held just inside his own half. Kenny Tower again, just over the halfway line. 10 minutes to go, and there's been no ball at all for Central Districts, particularly in the Auckland Blue half. Rewiti, nice positioning there by the fullback to begin the set here for Central Districts. Tipani Rewiti but he's driven backwards in some keen defence once more.
Yeah, it's the extra energy from the Auckland Blue, the position that they've got, but also the changes up their sleeve. This is going to help matters, though. Central District, just what you needed. A piggyback to get out of your side or out of your end. Oh.
Gee, Central District's needed that. They haven't scored in the second half, Adam, and they've hardly been in the half.
Yeah, that's it. I think, obviously, the Auckland Blue team's gone into halftime knowing that they've got a lot of improvement in their game. So they've come out really aggressive, with a lot of energy, and just shown that in the second half. And the Central District boys have been on the back foot most of the time. Overplayed their hand a couple of times, got dropped a few knock-ons, but they're hanging in there tough.
Yeah, look, Auckland Blues' defence has been very keen. They've been really, their attitude has been excellent in the second half. You have to give them credit for that. But there is still time to play. Can Central Districts find a way back in this second half? Here comes Rota. He's tackled right on the halfway line.
Back here and hold. Go, 3.
Sortanga. Here comes Heroini. Timing is past Heroini. He's dropped it on the line, knocked it on. The last thing that Central Districts need was an error right now.
That's a shame. It was the right idea. Backdoor play, sweeping run from Rewati. Got into a bit of space, just had to hand it off. You know, there's a bit more dew on the ball in terms of the rain that's coming, so it's a little bit wet, harder to handle. Fatigue is set in, less possession. Rewati's been good at the back, handling the kicks, bringing them back. That's going to hurt.
Well, time is becoming the enemy now of Central Districts. Can't score without the ball is Jeremiah Schuster. He's ready to feed the scrum. And now comes Tiu. He's looked really dangerous every time he's touched the ball. Tui. Oh, my goodness. What a tackle. 5 metres out from the line. What a run from Nehumi Tiu. And now they're pressing hard through Morley. 5 metres out. Yongi is going to stay on the short side. Here comes Maiu, who's already got 2 tries. Lovely little offload. And now it is going to be Kenny Tower, close to the posts.
That's it, fellas, stand now. On the line and one.
Tower. Oh, he's lost it. City have got the ball. But let's go back to that outstanding run from Nehumi Tiu. What a run he was.
Tiu, how fast are you? That's all I have to say. How they lined up at the scrum was just to give this guy that bit of room. They've done that a number of times today. But I tell you what, if you're Central Districts, if you're other teams that go up against these guys, just split your players. You don't need to be man on man and have 5 people on the short side, right, Larry? Because this kid is lightning.
Like you said, Monty, they've set that same play up a few times now and given him some opportunities a bit wider. He's even come around on another short side and threw a pass that kind of went in front of the player, but give him early ball and he can do something like we just seen.
Oh, it's been dropped by Tuialepa, and it's been picked up by Moyu, whom they might have an overlap here on this left, and look out, here comes Junior Molly, looking to ice this game here for Central Districts. He's done brilliantly there, Junior Molly. And it is Auckland Blue with their 4th try of the second half, 34-18. Junior Molly, what a play. He's from Mangere East. There's the error. And from here, Adam Blair, it was just good awareness to fire the ball out to a player in space.
Yeah, that's the key there. The wingers come in, taking the head up, got picked up, dropped the ball, and then just gone straight back down to that same short side where he's come from. So great recognition of field position and where the defenders are, and they've just got him for numbers. And he's just had that's a good run from him. He's come off his left foot a couple of times there and snuck through the middle.
Well, it's been a very good second half for Auckland Blue. To be fair, it took them a while to get going. They trailed by 18 points to 12 at half-time, but so far it's 22-0 to them in the second half. And here comes Caleb Lyman, whose kicking has been spot on in this game too. He's looking to convert for the 6th time from 6 in this game, and he's pushed that one across the face. So his first miss of the afternoon, but a nice buffer now for Auckland Blue. 34 points to 18 with just a couple to go.
I think, Glenn, we said earlier in their halftime break, the position, if they could get even position, which they're at even position now, they could change the momentum of the game, and that's what they've done. They've just completed, kicked the ball long, run harder, had more energy, and just come over the top at the end there.
Yeah, and their completions have gone up big time as well. It was only in the 30% range at half-time, wasn't it? They're now 50%.
You can't win any game or score any points if you're at 38% completion rate, so they've come back up to 50, which is even split both teams, and now they've come over the top of them at the end here.
Yeah, Central Districts haven't had any good ball in the second half. Auckland Blue have looked very good with the ball. 3 minutes to play here at Ofaheke Sports Park. The opening game of this NZRL Under-20s National Championship. Watching, we've got rugby league action coming for the next 6 weeks. That's Ata playing the ball. And now Tarafiti. Really good performance from the team in blue in the second half. Don't forget it, 4 o'clock this afternoon as Schuster hits it up here. We've got Auckland White against Waikoa Bay. Good run from Schuster, who struggled through a few tackles. He's on his lonesome here. And Rewati, good tackle from him. That was a try saver. And now Yongi unleashes Lyman. Now Mayu in space. There's the pass to Tiu. In fact, it's Junior Molly out there again, who got the last try. And Molly
looks like a lively character.
He does, doesn't he? Last play in the set. Lyman went on a good kick. And it's been gathered by So'otanga. And CD might have their last chance of the game here through Wanakori. And unfortunately, there's an injury there to one of the Auckland Blue players. Right at the end of the game there. Again, it could be cramp.
Yeah, and I said before, Glenn, about the lack of game time or playing footy at all. You know, we kind of get these little cramps when we haven't played much games, and the games at a higher intensity than we're used to. So you're going to get these cramps, and you know we can see now with these kids, you know, it happens in the NRL. So these kids are getting the same stuff.
Yeah, that's a big stat there favouring Auckland Blue in the second half. Central Districts has also made a lot of tackles, a lot more tackles. Like that's 2-1 in the second half.
Yeah, I think the stats just flipped themselves over. As
they have.
You know, the first
amazing,
half,
hasn't it?
the first half was all Central District, and it's just flipped over straight into the Auckland Blue team.
And the completion rate for Central Districts just 25% in the second half.
Yeah, I don't even think they've got to a kick, Glenn, to be honest, this second half. So that's the hardest thing as a team.
Take it back to your mark where we called held. Bring it back over to the 20. Back in. Hold on. Go.
Oh, boy. And it's been an unhappy afternoon for Herman Sumanafai, who has, unfortunately for him, had a number of handling errors. Hopefully we'll see the best of the big winger next week. And Central Districts are back in action.
I think they can hold their head up high. If they can work on their consistency throughout their halves. Their first half was outstanding. I thought they completed well, defended well, scored some points, but then they've come out here. You've got to give credit to the Auckland team. They put them under pressure, scored some tries, and the results showing.
So this will be the last play of the game.
Last play. Head right in.
As Schuster feeds the scrum. Yongi, here comes Tiu, who's been very good on this left wing side. And Junior Molly, good hands from him. They're hunting one more try, but it's not going to happen.
Here's how it follows, that's it.
And it is a good win for Auckland Blue in this first game of the NZRL National 20s Championship. Trailing at halftime by 18 points to 12. They've outscored Central Districts 22-0 in the second half to come over the top of the team in green and win this game by 34 points to 18. So 2 tries in the first half for Auckland Blue to Yongi and Hansen, and then 4 tries in the second half to Mayu, who got 2. Yongi got his second try, and there was also a try to Junior Morley on that left wing side. And CD, the 4 try scorers were Hennessy, Memphis Hennessy, White So'otanga, and in fact, the last try scorer just before half-time was Kyan Katene. So 34 points to 18. Let's have a look at the players of the day now. And Zion Waiu'u gets player of the day for this match. The co-captain of the Auckland Blue team with 3 points. And Posi Tuialepa, what a performance from him on the wing for Central Districts. He gets 2, and Nahumi Tiu was very good and gets 1 point in the best and fairest competition. Right, let's go down to Monty Beetham.
Well, Zion, a good day at the office. MVP for today's match, but also a winning captain. But first of all, your performance as MVP, 2 tries. How does that make you feel, man?
First, I'd like to say thanks to Heavy Father. It's a beautiful day. This was a tough game. Thanks to the drivers coming out here and playing. It was a hell of experience, hectic experience for us and the boys. I know boys are keen to get a hit out next week.
Well, Zion, we were mentioning just with about 20 minutes to go how leadership needs to be displayed and shown. At that stage, you've just scored a try. You ran on the edge. You isolated defenders. Did you bring that upon yourself? Did someone else ask that of you?
For credit to the boys, they just done. I just did going out there doing my job. Just wanted to do my job the best as possible. Full credit to the boys.
Keep smiling, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Zion Waiu'u, 2 tries for him. And we got a good glimpse of his talent and promise in that second half in particular. Great day of the office. Right, let's have a look at the highlights of the second half. And it was really all Auckland Blue. And there is the first try to Zion Waiu'u, just barging over, getting those 4 points.
Just too big, too strong, off the back of momentum.
Very similar, here's Stanley Yongi to his first try in the first half, here for the second try.
Just done the right thing all night, chose the right options all night.
Now this is where Waiu'u is really effective. Good short ball, and he burst through and made no mistake from there.
He's got good footwork as well. Strong carry, that's a strong carry. Coming through on a smaller man, running hard with good feet.
And then we saw a nice counter-attack here, and Waiu'u involved again. This time he provided, and Junior Morley wearing 18. Watch the step here. Boom, and he goes. Great try from Junior Morley. We've got about 10 minutes near the end of the game. And that sealed the win, 34 points to 18. All right, let's go back to Monty for some reaction from CD.
Well, Kyle, first round of the competition against the much fancied Auckland Blue side. How are you feeling after that performance?
I feel like we can take a lot out of this. It's always a pleasure playing against Auckland boys, and they love the game so much, and it's just, yeah, it's such a pleasure to play against such talent, and it's not as big in the Wellington region, so it's a good hit out for the boys, a lot of school rugby players, so good lessons for them. A lot of them want to pursue league, so I think it's good lessons for them, and they'll take away a lot.
Upstairs is Adam Blair joining us in commentary, the legend of rugby league. He's been very impressed from what he saw from your side, especially getting on the board early. Logistically, it's been hard, but when it's been hard, how does it feel to get really close to a result like that today?
Oh, I mean, we were pleased going into half-time. A lot of confidence. That could have been what took us away from our game plan in the second half, but, I mean, we're happy with our performance, and I know I'm proud of the boys. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I got nothing but positive things to take away. So, yeah.
Well, mate, enjoy that and get back into it, because I tell you what, I think you're going to be the team that everyone's going to want to follow here on Sky Sport for the next 6 weeks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Carl Terry there, spoke very well there, the captain there of the Central Districts team. Right, let's have a look at those score sheets, and 6 tries to 3 it was. Lovely doubled off there for Yongi and Waiu'u, with Hansen and Molly getting the other tries. Hennessy, Soatanga and Katene getting on the score sheet. And good goal kicking from both goal kickers today, with only 1 attempt missed. And yeah, let's check out these stats. We think back to when they were at half-time, and yeah, someone flipped the coin up and it landed the other way around at him, didn't it?
Yeah, just everything evened up, and like we said in the talk show, if the Auckland team could get a decent fair amount of ball or possession and completion rate, then they'll go a long way to try and getting over the top of the Central District.
Indeed, and the errors ended up being fairly even that second page. That missed tackles really hurt, as they always do. Missed tackles always hurt you in a rugby league game, with 25 in the end, way more than the Auckland Blue team today. So let's remind you of what other rugby league action we have coming for you very soon. Stay with us here on Sky Sport 4 because in just 25 minutes at 4 o'clock today, Waikoa Bay and Auckland White. We're going to get the first look at those two teams playing in Rotorua. And then tomorrow we're in Christchurch at midday for South Island against Northland. And of course, we've got a great game coming up tonight too. The first time we'll see the Warriors in 2021 with their pre-season trial game against the Titans. That kicking off at just on 8 o'clock. So thanks very much for joining us today on behalf of Adam Blair and Monty Beetham. Have a good afternoon.